I was going to do a bunch of visuals and whatnot, but then I thought, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. No distractions. The 2018 Winter Olympic Games are done, and I stress games. These are indeed, mostly, highly athletic competitions, but that's it. Figure skating, alpine skiing, bobsled. Takes skill and sometimes luck to win, but for me, they're not sports. If you look in a dictionary, you'll find a bunch of stuff from being a good player to prancing in a field. For me, I think it's not a good enough definition. Now, you've taken English and Spanish classes with me, so you know I suck at vocab. But you also know I do well with math. Right now, the sport definition I see in here, in math terms, would be shape. Just because circles and squares are shapes doesn't mean they're the same. There's differences. Squares and rectangles are similar, but not all rectangles are squares. I know this sounds all jumbled, but stick with me. If you take the sport definition of a competition involving skill between a single player or a team, then why isn't cooking or chess in the Olympics? Do you know how to handle all those fancy culinary contraptions? I don't. I can't cook a pig or make a 5-star dinner in 30 minutes with weird and random ingredients. I can do basic cooking and chess well, but I'm no expert. For me, a sport should be an athletic competition in which it has offense, defense, a ball or ball-like object, a puck in hockey's case, some sort of goal/end zone, natural sweat from athletically moving, and interference between teams. So, by this definition, only hockey at the Olympic Games fits the category as a sport. I'm not knocking figure skating. Skating is hard. We know this firsthand. I'm just saying it's an athletic competition, not a sport. Now, ice hockey, that's a sport. It meets all the criteria. Football and basketball check all the boxes too. Baseball is in a bit of a gray area, as most of the sweating is done when a player sprints around the bases, which doesn't happen too often in the game. But sweat is sweat, so baseball passes as a sport. The swimming, it fails. No offense or defense. Ping pong technically passes, but cooking does not. And no, hoarding ingredients doesn't count as interference for cooking. Curling might seem to check all the boxes, but I'm going to say it does not. I don't deem it to be athletic enough. Sure, there's strategy and you might sweat brushing the ice, but wearing khakis is totally not allowed to be considered a sport. Then again, the USA won men's gold, so hashtag national pride. But seriously, curling isn't a sport. Neither is boxing, cheerleading, wrestling, etc. They're all hard and require tons of practice and skill honing. I just think the definition of sport needs to be fine-tuned, or come up with a set of specific names for properly categorizing everything. I'll see you Thursday. Also, I'm doing answers next week, so leave questions in the comments section. If you don't know how, Google it, or just ask a young person. And don't do it later, do it now.